Shalom, 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 Israel. Shalom to the 12 tribe that scattered abroad. Shalom. Before we get started, I am Israel, a true seeker of Yahweh. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I am Israel. How y'all doing today? 12 tribe that scattered abroad amongst everybody. How are y'all today? First of all, before we get started and move further, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah. We want to give all praise to the glory, to the Father and the Son. How y'all doing today, man? Man, this been a rough week for me. I'm tired. It's been a rough week for me, man. Rough week. Got to get everything back right. How y'all doing, man? Well, today we in Genesis chapter 20. We might do Genesis 20 and 21 today. I don't know for sure, according on how long it be. But we read Genesis chapter 19 yesterday. And he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. And he led Lot. Why did he save Lot? Because of who? Abraham. We talked about that. So he saved Lot and his family, but Lot, why he looked back when they told her not to? Why he looked back and she turned to a pearl of salt. What else? But he rained brimstone and fire down on Sodom and Gomorrah and destroyed them. Destroyed them for what? Why did he destroy them? Because they cry was great. Their iniquity, their sins was out of control. And the cry was so loud out to him, like I said, just like what's going on as today in modern day time right now. Mama, come on the porch. Queen. Cause I just bathed you. Lay up here on the porch. Sit down. Sit down. Lay down. Lay right there. I don't need all that stuff on you. I just bathed you. You back in the house now. Cause you in heat. I don't need all these dogs around here. But what I was saying, he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. The plains, he destroyed it all, the whole area. That's why he told Lot to get up to the mountain. And Lot went to dwell in Zoar, but he just went. What he said? He ain't felt comfortable. He ain't felt safe dwelling in Zoar. So he moved on up to the mountain and stayed in the cave. Now, while they was in the cave, now he had two daughters that survived with him he brought out with them. Remember, the older one told the younger one, said, like it wasn't no more men, like there's no more men's in this earth, it been all destroyed. So she we get our father drunk with wine and we go in one by one and sleep with them. So to prolong our seed. So all that happened, the oldest did it the first night, and she went and laid with her father. He ain't know when she came in and laid down or none of that because they got him drunk with wine. And the next day, the same thing. Got him drunk with wine again. And the younger daughter did the same thing. And they had two sons. Both of them had a son apiece. The oldest son was named Moab. And the younger daughter's son name was Ammon. And I told you, these are the start of two nations. The Japanese and the Chinese. The Moabites and the Ammonites. And we're going to read more about them as we move on through, especially when we come up out of, we're going to learn a lot in Genesis. Genesis is the beginning. So we're going to learn a lot in Genesis. So you have to pay attention. And as you go along, we got Exodus after Genesis. Then we got Leviticus after Exodus. Then we got Numbers after Leviticus. And then we got Deuteronomy. Those are the 5 books of Moses. And they call them the Torah, the 5 books. That's the Torah. Them the laws. Laws all through the Bible. But these are the laws that the Most High gave to Moses to give to the children of Israel. Moses wrote these 5 books. These books of Moses. Moses wrote these 5 books. So we're going to give all praise once again before we get started to Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. And everybody get their King James Version with the Apocrypha out. If you don't have the King James with the Apocrypha, you can get any King James or any Bible, NIV, NLK, whatever they be calling them. I like the King James. That's just me. And, I got the Holy King James. I ain't got the Apocrypha King James, but they sell them out there with the Old Testament and the Apocrypha in the middle, and you got the New Testament. That's how it's supposed to come. See, the Apocrypha was in the Holy Bible for like, I'm taking a guess. I can't remember exactly what I read, what it said. I think it said like 200 something years. The Apocrypha was in the Bible. I can't even remember where I read it at. I read it somewhere. But they took it out. It was in there for 200 something years, or they took it out 200 something years before the 1600s, before the King James been rolled. It's something. It's something. But this the Apocrypha. And King James, this the Apocrypha King James, you see. They got King James on it. That's King James. But this the Apocrypha. It's I think it's like 13, 14 books they took out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14 books they took out of the Holy Bible. And when we read this, I don't know if I'm gonna read it right after the Old Testament or I'm gonna read it after I finish the whole Bible. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. But this gonna correlate right along with this. But when you read this, you're gonna be like, whoa, I see why they took this out. This right here prove who you are. This right here tell exactly who everybody else is, what God, how. It says in here too, but this right here, these scriptures, these books they took out right here, it tell you how we took our temple back, how the Maccabees them fought for our temple. You're gonna read about how a woman and her 7 sons died because they wouldn't eat no pork. That's why I said this thing is serious, man. And y'all taking it for a game. This thing is real serious. And this how it gonna be. Like I told y'all what he said in Isaiah chapter 66. I think verse 17, when he said, when the one that's in behind the tree eating swine flesh, while we in the wilderness, getting judged, getting sorted out, getting judged face to face by the Messiah. And it's gonna be still some of y'all out there trying to eat that pork, man. Eat that pork. Y'all gonna die for that pork. And y'all love that pork. So you can't say, oh, I love God. No, you don't, cause to show your way how you love God, guess what God said. That's how you show how you love God. Cause he said, like he said, y'all draw nigh to him with y'all mouth, with y'all lips. But y'all hearts, meaning y'all mind, It's far away. It's lost in this world. It's lost in the world. So then God know I love. God know my heart. You right. You right. He do know your heart, and I can give you a scripture showing you what He'll say about your heart. That's how you show God you love Him. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 5, verse. I'm gonna start at the top, verse 5, chapter 5, verse 1. Whosoever believeth that Jesus is the Christ is born of God. Whosoever believe that Jesus is Christ and born of God, and everyone that loveth Him, that begot loveth Him also that is begotten of Him. Verse 2. By this we know that we love the children of God, when we love God and keep His commandments. We know we love the children of God when we love God. But how do you love God and keep His commandment? How do you love God? Verse 3. For this is the love of God. This how you love God. That we keep His commandment, and His commandments are not grievous. That's how you love God. So for all y'all be running out there hollering about, I love God, God know my heart and all that. God just told you how you love Him. Ain't no personal relationship with God. Hey, we got personal relationship now. God just told you. He ain't say that we have a personal relationship. He said that we keep His commandment. For this is the love of God. It didn't say this is the love of God, that we have a person, that me and you have a personal relationship. It said, for this is the love of God, that we keep His commandments, and His commandments are not grievous, meaning they're not hard, and they ain't. We make it hard because we don't want to stop doing what we're doing in this world. I understand a lot of things, because there's a lot of things that I feel like I ain't wanted to let go. But majority of my things that was hindering me, I let them go. I let them go. I don't know how to let me see. I don't know how to let, how can I say? I don't know how to let, I do what the Bible say, because I don't know how to let, I'm too nice, what I'm trying to say. But that's where it's supposed to be, love thy brother. That's what it's supposed to be. But when you feeling bad and down and don't feel, I know the Most High there, but it just ain't right. It just ain't, something ain't right, so you know what you have to do. But that's how you love God, though. So, like I said, we in the book of Genesis, and we finna get started. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 20, verse 1. Come here, Queen, get over here. She like it, excuse me. Get over here. I don't want you around that nigga. So like, I'm back. I'm sorry. I got to make you know, at the end of what is it? We're going into fall. Yeah. So you know the mosquitoes still. Man, I went right on. Share it one more time, family. All right. Get me a little smoke going, kill these mosquitoes. As you know, you got the last of the after. Move back, mama. Move. Move. Sit down. This ain't nothing to eat. Sit down. Move. Man, I'm tired of getting up. I'm tired of getting up as well. I want to get this started. I'm so sorry, y'all. But we ain't got nothing some time, man. I got to get this smoke started. Shoot him one more time. Ugh. Gotta do. I'm back. Okay, now let's get started. The book of Genesis, chapter 20, verse 1. And Abraham journeyed from thence toward the south country and dwelled between Kadesh and Shur and sojourned in Gerar. So Abraham journeyed from where he was and where he stood and looked towards Sodom. Verse 2. And Abraham said of Sarah, had his wife, she is my sister. And Amalek, king of Gerar, sent and took Sarah. So the king of Amalek, the king of Gerar, took him. Remember, this ain't the first time Abraham said that this was his sister. This the second time. Now he doing it. The first time he told who that was. I don't know why I got this stuff preset. Hey, what's that? That was the She is my sister. What? Why I said she is my sister? Pharaoh, Egypt. I thought so. Egypt. He went to Egypt. He said that in Egypt to Pharaoh. I remember the Lord sent great plagues on the house of Pharaoh. So when Abraham did it the second time, now he doing it to Amalek, the king of Gerar. I don't know if I'm saying that word right. Gerar. So they came and took Sarah. He sent and took Sarah. Verse 3, but God came to Amalek in a dream by night. So God came to Amalek in a dream by night and said to him, behold, thou art but a dead man, for the woman which thou hast taken for the woman which thou hast taken, for she is a man's wife. So the Lord came to him in a dream and told him straight up, you're a dead man. Because that woman you just took, that's somebody's wife. She's a man's wife. And that was Abraham's wife. Those who bless me, those who bless thee shall be blessed. Those who curse thee gonna be cursed. Many nations gonna be blessed through him. And he'll bless. You have to remember all these things. That's how you get your points. Verse 4. But Amalek had not come near her. He ain't came near. Teacher had sex with her, what it said. And he said, Lord, wilt thou slay also a righteous nation? So Amalek asked him, said, Lord, wilt thou slay also a righteous nation? Said he, verse 5, said he not unto me, she is my sister. And she. So he was righteous in a way, but I don't think that's good to take a woman because you a king. I don't think that's right. Because you a king, because he said that's his sister. So, okay, if that was his sister, that gave you the right to take that man's sister? No. That still don't give you the right to take. Doesn't matter if she's somebody's wife, matter if she's somebody's sister, matter if she's somebody's mother. It don't give you the right to take them. So, that's why the Most High said you're a dead man. But he was righteous because Abraham did told him that he was righteous about one thing. Abraham did told him that was his sister. That was his sister. So I can give him that little point. So that's why he asked, also would you destroy also a righteous nation? You ain't righteous because you still took this man's wife, sister, or whatever. Even though he told you it was his sister, you still took her. So you ain't righteous. And he said, verse 5 again from the top, said he not unto me, she is my sister. And she, even she herself said, he is my brother. So even Sarah said the same thing. That's my brother. In the integrate of my heart, in the integrate of my heart, and innocent of my hands, have I done this. I'm gonna look this word up real quick. I hate this slow phone. INT. Integrity, the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness, the state of being whole and undivided. That's the definition of integrity. Integrity. So 5 again said, he not unto me, she is my sister. And even she herself said, he is my brother. In the integrity of my heart, meaning the honesty of his heart, and his innocent of my hand have I done this. Verse 6, and God said unto him in a dream, yeah, I know that thou didst this in the integrity of thy heart. For I also withheld thee from sinning against me. So God, like he said, God know everything. And he just said, he know that he's sorry, that in the integrity in his heart, that his honesty, he know that I know, and what he said, I know that thou didst this in the integrity of thy heart, the honesty of thy heart. You ain't meant no harm about it. You just being honest, and that's something you wanted. But you just can't up and take nothing. Well, come on now, you just can't take nothing. That's stealing. Can't take nothing. Okay, let's keep going. And God said, verse 6 again, and God said unto him in a dream, yeah, I know that thou didst this in the integrity of thy heart, for I also withheld thee from sinning against me. He also withheld them from sinning against him. That's why he ain't messed with her, ain't touched her, had sex with her. That's why. Because God did that. God held him. God do all things. God said, I wound, I kill, I make alive. He do all these things. I think that's Deuteronomy 32, chapter 32. Let's continue, verse 6. Therefore suffer I thee not to touch her. So he says, suffer not I thee not to touch her. Verse 7. Now therefore restore the man his wife, for he is a prophet, and he shall pray for thee, and thou shalt live. And if thou restore her not, know thou that thou shalt surely die, thou and all that are thine. So he told him to give Abraham back his wife, because Abraham is a prophet of mine. That's a prophet. And he will pray for you, and you shall live. This what the Most High gonna put on Abraham hard, his prophet, hard to pray for him. So the Most High won't destroy him. But if he don't return her, he gonna destroy him and everything that belongs to him. That's what he said. He said, if thou restore her not, know thou that thou shalt surely die. He's surely gonna die. Thou and all that are dying. So that means his cattle, his seed, everything that belongs to him gonna die. That's the Most High. Verse 8. Therefore Amalek rose early in the morning and called all his servants and told all these things in their ear. And the men were so afraid. I told you, being obedient. Fear the Lord. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. The whole duty of man. Fear God and keep his commandments. How do you love God? By keeping his commandments. So all the men were so afraid. Verse 9. Then Amalek called Abraham and said unto him, What hast thou done unto us? And what have I offended thee, that thou hast brought on me and on my kingdom a great sin? Thou hast done deeds unto me that ought not to be done. So Amalek, when he called Abraham, he was like, what hast thou done? Why did you lie to me? What have I done to offend thee? You took my wife. You took my sister, which she is. You took my wife, you took my sister. What you mean what you did to offended me? It doesn't matter if I told you that's my sister. Don't touch her. Period. Let's continue. He said, brought on me on my kingdom a great sin. No, you brought a great sin towards yourself. That's what he did. Thou hast done deeds unto me that ought not to be done. Thou had done deeds. Well, what you call that? What you just did when you took this man's wife, even though he told you that's his sister. What you think you did? See what you see how they take things. What you did was evil by taking my sister, but that's good in your eyes. They consider that was good, but it was evil what he did because the Lord came to him in a dream and told him he had somebody this man's wife, and if you don't return her, I'm gonna kill you. So you done did something evil, but you planning that's good because you trying to turn the hands on him and try to make it seem like he was so bad because what was so bad about him telling you that's his sister? He's saying that because he know how y'all live. He know how y'all live. Y'all were gonna kill him. So what is use of it? What the use? Okay. What verse we was in? Verse 10. And Abimelech said unto Abraham, what sawest thou that thou hast done this thing? Verse 11. And Abraham said, because I thought surely the fear of God is not in this place, and they will slay me for my wife's sake. See? That's why he told him, because he thought they were going to kill him. Because he ain't know the fear of God was in this place. We don't know. We really don't know who fear God. Half of his own people don't fear him. Majority of his people don't fear him. They claim they love him, but they don't fear him. And he said in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13, the whole duty of man, even woe man, even the woman, you a man? They ain't M-E-N at yours? Woe man, M-A-N, however you want to do it. He said, fear God and keep his commandment. And what Abraham just said, he thought that the fear of the Lord wasn't in this place. Verse 11, again from the top. And Abraham said, because I thought surely the fear of God is not in this place, and they will slay me for my wife's sake. Verse 12. And yet, indeed, she is my sister. And yet, indeed, she is my sister. She is the daughter of my father. That's Harry's daughter. Abraham's sister. Y'all get it? Google, when you get your little time, Google Sarah and read about it. It'll tell you who her parents is. It's gonna tell you who her parents is. I don't think it's gonna tell you who her siblings is. It might. I think it's gonna tell you. No, I don't think it's gonna tell you who her siblings is, but it's gonna tell you who her parents is, where she was born. She was born in the land of Ur, same place Abraham was born. Chaldee, that's where they come from. But verse 12 again from the top. And yet, indeed, she is my sister. She is the daughter of my father, but not the daughter of my mother. And she became my wife. So she is his sister because she's the daughter of his father, but not the daughter of his mother. But they is bloodline sisters, brothers, sisters and brothers, because they came from the same seed. You are of your father. But this right here is building God used this plan for a reason. You'll see when he break that, when it come in that we don't supposed to be messing around with kinfolk, but he used this to build his. I said he went this route to build up this nation, to come to this nation right here, to get where we get to point to become the 12 tribe of Israel. That's what I say. Verse 13. And it came to pass, when God caused me to wander from my father's house, that I said unto her, this is thy kindness, which thou shalt shew unto me. At every place whether we shall come, say of me, he is my brother. So he already made that plan. Ever since they brought him from up on his father's house. Verse 14. And Amalek took sheep and ox and men servant and women servant and gave them unto Abraham and restored him Sarah his wife. So Amalek gave him sheep. You know, Abraham already rich with sheep, gold, silver. He loaded. But this is the love of. What's up, baby? You know, it ain't even 5 o'clock yet. I got weights. That's why I was telling you 5.
Oh, you won't. Oh, I come up.
Yeah. What time is it?
I'm gonna go take a shower. Hey, Queen.
Okay, they'll be back by 5 o'clock because that's when I'm waiting on the money to hit the card. What we were? Oh, and Amalek took sheep and ox and men served. Oh, Marco. Excuse me, hold on. Okay, yeah, I'm back. I didn't have my remote. Took my remote in the car last night with the dude when he came and dropped me off at work. I just ran out the house with the remote in my hand, and I leave it in the car. Verse 14 again. And Amalek took sheep and ox and manservant and womenservant and gave them unto Abraham and restored him Sarah, his wife. Verse 15. And Amalek said, behold, my land is before thee. Dwell where it pleaseth thee. Now, this how much, this the love of the God. Look how everybody just, look when he do this, and look at Amalek. Again, this from God. They're just being obedient to the Most High. He's a blessing. He gonna be blessed. So that's all the Most High doing, blessing him. Like I said, I'm gonna bless thee, and thee gonna be a blessing. And that's what he doing. He blessing through everybody. Anybody he come in front of, somebody, they blessing them, giving them something. Verse, he told, and Amalek told him, look, enter this land before thee, dwell where it pleaseth thee. Verse 16, and unto Sarah he said, behold, I have given thy brother 1,000 pieces of silver. Behold, he is to thee a covering of the eyes, unto all that are with thee, and with all others, thus she was reproved. So he even gave up things for Sarah. Verse 17. So Abraham prayed unto God, and God healed Amalek and his wife and his maid servant, and they bare children. So God healed him when Abraham prayed to him. And what he said? Those who bless you, I'm gonna bless thee, them. You know. So Amalek blessed him with sheep, ox, manservant, women servant, and gave him back his wife, restored his wife back to him. He had the fear of the Lord in him, cuz. The fear of the Lord make you do things. The fear of the Lord make you come to the commandment. We don't realize that. The fear of the Lord make you come to the commandment. Make you bow down and do the things that God wants you to do. Verse 17. So Abraham prayed unto God, and God healed Amalek and his wife and his maidservant, and they bare children. So he opened up their wombs, and they started birthing children. Verse 18, for the Lord had fast closed up all the wombs of the house of Amalek because of Sarah, Abraham's wife. He had closed all their wombs up. They couldn't even have no more children, so he did curse them. He did curse them because he closed the women's wombs up. His maidservant, even his wife, he closed all the wombs up so they couldn't have children. So Abraham prayed to the Most High, and the Most High spared them. He opened up their wombs. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 21, verse 1. And the Lord visited Sarah as he had said, and the Lord did unto Sarah as he had spoken. What he said to Sarah? Well, what he said to Abraham, Sarah heard and laughed. That she was going to give birth to a son. So that's what he proved. I told you, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 21. Prove all things, and that's what the Most High do. He proved everything. Everything that's going on, he have a proof to it. Either precept to it, he proved it all, because it's precept to him to back him up. Verse 2, for Sarah conceived and bare Abraham a son in his old age, at the set time of which God had spoken to him. What set time God spoken to him? He told me that the same time by this year, next year, Sarah gonna give birth to us, gonna conceive and give birth to a son at your old age. Verse 3, and Abraham called the name of his son that was born unto him, whom Sarah bare to him, Isaac. Verse 4, and Abraham circumcised his son Isaac, being 8 days old, as God had commanded him. Remember when God told him, that's a covenant between God, Abraham, and Abraham's seed after him. And everything that with Abraham now and Abraham's generation, that was a covenant God gave to us. But now, like I said, you got the whole world circumcising your foreskin now. But that just ain't the only circumcision, the circumcision. You circumcise your mind too by this word. So basically when you read the Bible, you're going to have things like with more different meaning, two different meanings of things. That's why you have to pay attention. Like you might see Gentile, and it might be talking about a Gentile of Israel, or Israelite Gentile, or we were Gentile, or it might be talking about an ordinary Gentile, a dog, or heathen, what the Most High called them, heathens and dogs. But yeah. So Abraham circumcised Isaac on the 8th day, like he put anything that born into his house now, and his seed that come in from him, that Isaac on down, 8 days old, they get circumcised. Anything Abraham go out there and buy with money, stranger, anything, they got to get circumcised. Verse 5, and Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born unto him. Verse 6, and Sarah said, God had made me to laugh, so that all that hear would laugh with me. God made her to laugh because he told her what she was going to have. So she ain't believed it. That's doubt. That's lack of faith. If I say I'm going to do that, I'm the creator of heaven, earth, and all things. All things. And if I tell you I'm going to do it, what you think I'm going to lie to you? I'm not a liar. If I said I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. That's what Abraham, that's what the Most High say. Let's continue. Verse 7 again from the top. And she said, who would have said, now verse 6 again from the top. And Sarah said, God had made me to laugh, so that all that hear would laugh with me. Verse 7. And she said, who would have said unto Abraham that Sarah should have given children suck? For I have borne him a son in his old age. Verse 8. And the children grew, and the child grew and was weaned. And Abraham made a great feast the same day that Isaac was weaned. Weaned. Let's get the definition of that. Weaning. What did I say? Weaning. Weaned. ED. Weed. Past tense. Weed. Past particles. Weed. A customer, an infant or other young mammal to food other than its mother's milk. So they weaned off milk. I mean, he weaned off the titty, sit like that, you know. So verse 8 again from the top. And the child grew and was weaned, and Abraham made a great feast the same day that Isaac was weaned. Verse 9. And Sarah saw the son of Hagar, the Egyptian, which she had born unto Abraham, mocking. So remember, Ishmael, he like Isaac's brother by the Egyptian woman. He's like 14 years old, called Abraham 100. So he like 14. No, take that back, cause they weaning Isaac off things. So I don't know how long he was on the sucker. He was sucking the breast. I don't know. So, but he got to be old enough to be weaned off of it. And Sarah see the Egyptian woman, son, Abraham other son, mocking. Verse 10. Wherefore she said unto Abraham, cast out this bondwoman and her son, for the son of this bondwoman shall not be a heir with my son, even with Isaac. So she told him to cast out that bondwoman and her son. Cause he ain't gonna be no heir with her son Isaac, which is right. Cause God already gave him his 12 prince, his promise what he gonna give him. God told Abraham that let's get it, cause I can't remember how it said, and I don't want to mess it up. His thing is with Isaac. But his covenant is with Isaac. It's like that, what he said. That's what he said. But my covenant is with Isaac. His son that gonna be born to him in an old age with Sarah. I'm trying to find exactly what that was. I can't remember it. It got to be right up in here. Just throwing us out. My son will be back in a minute. But that's what he was saying. Let's get it, because I got a little while to read. Let's get it, because he'll be back in a minute. Yeah. And it say verse, where we were? Verse 10. No, verse. Oh, I'll fit it. Get this precept. Nation. Okay. This is a precept for Genesis chapter 21, verse 10, when it said, wherefore she said unto Abraham, this was Sarah said to Abraham, cast out this bondwoman and her son, for the son of this bondwoman shall not be heir with my son, even with Isaac. This is the book of Galatians, precept, chapter 4, verse 30. Nevertheless, what said the scripture? Cast out the bondwoman and her son, for the son of the bondwoman shall not be heir with the son of a free woman. Okay, verse 11. And the things was very grievous in Abraham's sight because of his son. So it really disturbed Abraham. But let's go on. Let's see what's happening. And God said unto Abraham, let it not be grievous in thy sight because of the lad. Let it not be grievous of the sight because of the lad. See, because he already promised what he gonna give to the lad. And because of thy bondwoman, and all that Sarah had said unto thee, hearken unto her voice. For in Isaac shall thy seed be called. That is. For in Isaac, this is another we read earlier though, that is what he said that his covenant is gonna be with Isaac. Yeah. But for in Isaac shall thy seed be called. So he telling you, hearken to the voice of your wife. She ain't did nothing wrong. Because this ain't the promise. For, he said, hearken unto her voice. For in Isaac shall thy seed be called. So he choosing Isaac. And what out the generation after Isaac, come out the Isaac. This how he numbered it down to the chosen nation. Verse 14, Abraham rose up early in the morning, and what he did, and took bread. He took bread and a bottle of water, and gave it unto Hagar, and he gave it to the Egyptian woman. Put it on her shoulder and the child, and sent her away. And she departed and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba. So he gave her bread, water, and gave her the child. Sent her on the way. Verse 15. I guess that what y'all take, the world take now in reality by getting the mother them the children. But it's the agreement with the Most High. He sent her on because he ain't the chosen seed. I gave him a 12 prince, and all of them dwell amongst each other. From Shur to the, I think it said from Shur to some. Where they gonna be wild mans? Yeah, that's who we talking about. Verse 15, and the water was spent in the bottle, and she cast the child under one of the shrubs. Verse 16, and she went and set her down over against him a good way off, as it were a bow shot. So she went and sat out a little far from him. For she said, let me not see the death of the child. And she sat over against him and lift up her voice and wept. So she cried. And God, verse 17, and God heard the voice of the lad. He heard the baby cry. Abraham, that's Abraham's son. You know he gonna take care of it. You know he gonna take care of it. And the angel of God called to Hagar out of heaven and said unto her, what alie thee, Hagar? Fear not, For God had heard the voice of the lad where he is. Verse 18, arise, lift up the lad, and hold him in thy hand, for I will make him a great nation. See, God said he's going to make him a great nation. Well, he told him in Genesis chapter 16. Verse 19, and God opened his eyes, and she saw a well of water. And God opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water. And she went and filled the bottle with water, and gave the lad drink. And God, verse 20, and God was with the lad, and he grew, and dwelt in the wilderness, and became an archer. Let's look at the definition of that word, archer. We got to go and get through, because my son, I don't want him to come in all mad and everything. He get a little attitude. But I want to look this word up, archer. I ain't getting a while on it. No.
Archer.
Archer. A person who shoots with a bow and arrow, especially at a target for sport. So he was a great archer. He was a good bow and arrow shooter. Boy, I tell you the truth. He was a good bow and arrow shooter. Verse 21. And he dwelt in the wilderness of Paran. Remember, God already said he's going to be a wild man. Paran. And his mother took him a wife out of the land of Egypt. So she went back to Egypt where she was. Remember, she was Egyptian. She got him a wife. And he, Ishmael. Ishmael is the Ishmaelites. The Ishmaelites. Them like Arabs. The Muslim folks. That's them. I think we had called them out early in Genesis. She took him a wife out of the land of Egypt. Verse 22. And it came to pass at that time that Amalek and Phicol, the chief captain of his host, spake unto Abraham, saying, God is with thee in all that thou doest. Now therefore, swear unto me here by God that thou wilt not deal falsely with me, nor with my son, nor with my son's son, but according to the kindness that I have done unto thee. So Amalek, thou shalt do unto me into the land wherein thou hast sojourned. Well, it'd be no problem, because you know you were good. I'm a righteous man, and my word is my bond. If I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. That's all we have for real. If a man can't stand by a word that make you less of the man, I don't really want to deal with him. I don't. Because I feel like your spirit will jump off on me and bring me back into the world doing the same thing. See, my word is my bond. That's all I got. That's all we have. That's what keep us strong. And when you lose that word, it's hard to get it back. It's hard to get it back. Especially with me. Verse 24. And Abraham said, I will swear. So Abraham made the swear. Verse 25. And Abraham reproved Amalek because of a well of water, which Amalek's servant had violently taken away. And verse 26. And Amalek said, I wot not who had done this thing, neither didst thou tell me, neither yet heard I of it, but today. So whatever his servant did with the violence of the well of the water, Amalek ain't heard nothing about it. He just found out today. Verse 27. And Abraham took sheep and ox and gave them unto Amalek, and both of them made a covenant. Verse 28. And Abraham set 7 ewe lambs of the flock by themselves. Verse 29. And Amalek said unto Abraham, what mean these 7 ewe lambs? which thou hast set by themselves. Verse 30. And he said, for these 7 ewe lambs shalt thou take of my hand, that they may be a witness unto me that I have digged this well. So he gave him 7 ewe lambs by digging his well. Verse 31. Wherefore he called the place Beersheba, because there they swear both of them. Verse 32. Thus they made a covenant at Beersheba. Then Amalek rose up and patrolled the chief captain of his host, and they returned into the land of the Philistine. So Amalek was a Philistine. That's a African Hamite from the tribe of the Hamites. Verse 33. And Abraham planted a grove in Beersheba, and called there on the name of the Lord, the everlasting God. Verse 34. And Abraham sojourned in the Philistines' land many days. So he stayed in the Philistine land many days. That was the end of chapter 21, and we will pick up with chapter 22 sometime. It'll be soon, but I don't know how soon, but you know, we working. So we will pick up on it. And I said, man, it's just all about being obedient, man. We got to be obedient to the Most High. And as we read along, you're going to see all that, who all been obedient to him. And you're going to see a lot. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to see a lot. But I'm going to try to give you the best understanding what the Spirit gives to me of this word, man. Man, I just want to thank y'all for giving me the time. I want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, for giving me the spirit and the strength to read to y'all these days like that. I want to get back on target like I was doing it every day. So I just thankful and be grateful for, man. Thankful for giving me that life, man. Breathing, you know, blowing that breath up my nostrils. You know, I just want to thank for allowing me to see these days, all the blessings that he given me, all my kids that he given me and taking care of. You know, I want to thank a blessing for my dog, the roof over my head. I just want to thank him for everything. Even though I had an accident and lost my truck and I'm struggling right now, it's all good. I'm still with it. I'm here and I'm happy. I ain't missed a day from work from behind it. No. That ain't gonna call it. It's impossible. But everything just gravy because of him. So, like I said, man, y'all depend on that man. He said, call on him, cast your words and tribulation on him, man. He the Father. He created the heavens and the earth, man. You can't go wrong with him. You can't go wrong without him. So with that being said, I want to give all praise once again to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. And I just want to say, Kwam Yasharala to the 12 tribe that scattered abroad. Y'all have a blessed day.